Hey y'all, welcome in. If you're new or just passing through my channel, welcome. My name is Tam. I'm also known as the Enlightened Auntie. If you're returning, welcome back, squad. I'm here today to do another general collective reading. We're not sign specific here. We're also gender fluid. I may say you and I'm talking to them. I may say them, I'm talking to you. Put yourself in the story wherever you seem to fit. Remember that time and energy are fluid, so I could be talking about the recent past, the present, or the future. Take the parts that resonate, leave everything else behind. If you'd like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box, and I invite you to join me for a session. If you are relatively new here, please understand that my readings do tend to reach into the future just a little bit. So you might want to go back into my archives, maybe 6 to 8 months. You might find some titles back there that resonate more for you now in the present. I know that the last two readings that I posted on the channel kind of gave some folks, because I can usually tell when the numbers are a little bit lower, I'm talking to a different group of people. If I'm telling a story and in the first 10 minutes it doesn't seem to click or resonate for you, feel free to click off the video, okay? Instead of watching the whole video, getting yourself confused, and then jumping into my comments like Jasmine did yesterday, talking about I'm confused, you said this and then you said that. Child, if it don't resonate, it's not yours, okay? I've got over 26,000 subscribers, and a lot of times people watch my videos that aren't even subscribed to my channel. I'm not always going to be telling the same set of stories. I'm not always going to be talking about the same people. And it is kind of insane for you to assume that every single reading that comes across your feed is absolutely going to be for you. If you can identify in the first few minutes that it ain't yours, then just click off. I won't feel bad. My feelings won't be hurt, honestly. Okay, but for those of y'all who have been rocking with me since day one and who watch regardless, because I'm always dropping little nuggets. Sometimes the nuggets are for you, sometimes they're not, and it just is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But don't be like Jasmine and jump into my comments, because I'm gonna make an example out of you and then I'm gonna block you from my channel, because this is my house. So don't come to my house talking about what you want to see. I'm gonna show you what spirit wants to tell, and if it's not your story, just move on. Book a personal, okay? But you can't keep coming here for free and then get mad when the content doesn't actually apply to you. That's crazy. Anyway, now moving on. Let's move on. I've already laid the cards out here because Lucky kind of interrupted the first video, so I decided to start over. So I've laid some cards out, and let's talk about it. Let's go back to our regularly scheduled program, because that's what this is. I don't like the word coven, but I'm like, I don't like the word coven. And maybe it's not a coven. You just got a group of people who are, they're seeing evidence that whatever they've been trying to accomplish against you isn't working and has not been working. And the main reason why is because the very first card that I pulled was Archangel Michael. And I believe that something had been sent. Things have been, because this is the current energy, so there may have been something sent towards you, meant to completely take you off track, like stop you, end you, create havoc, in your life in some kind of way, and it was blocked, okay? And I actually like it when Archangel Michael came out as the first card, I was like, okay. And what they're seeing evidence of is the fact that it doesn't really matter what they do or what they send towards you. They keep, it's like a lose-lose situation. And then going into the future, there is a sense of anxiety amongst a group of people, because I do believe that because they are witnessing down here that they haven't been able to stop you, and that they have failed at whatever they continuously fail. And I'm wondering if this isn't more about the fact that somebody doesn't want to appear as a failure, or to have failed, or maybe in comparison to you and whatever you got going on in your life, it's a projection, like they feel like a failure because maybe you're doing something bigger, better, different. But I think that these people also have an understanding. I think that's why they're nervous, is because, you know, when I talk about the pendulum swinging both ways, you know, if you're projecting out a bunch of energy meant to cause someone harm and it doesn't actually happen, we know the pendulum got to swing back the other way. And so right here, coming into the near future, there you got at least 3 people who are a little bit nervous about the potential of what they've sent out returning back to them. And the thing is that I don't think that this is a personal opinion. I don't think that karma swings back in the exact same way that it has been. Like, whatever the thing is has been projected out to you. I don't think when it comes back around, I don't think people get it in the same way that they meant for you to receive it. They may see evidence of it, or like little glimpses of it. Like, there may be little aspects of it, but I think it's meant. What happens when it swings back, I feel like when it swings back and it hits them harder in other areas that I want to say, like, more vulnerable areas of their life that they never actually considered would be affected. In the environment, I can tell that today the focal point is divine feminine. I can see here that it's an interesting energy. Like, I feel like you've been through a lot. I don't think that you look like what you've been through. And you didn't allow the things that you've been through, like the heartbreak and the disappointment and everything, you have not allowed those things to turn you into somebody bitter. Like, some people experience like really bad things or whatever, and then they're just angry at the world, they're angry at God, they're angry, you know, they're just generally angry, right? But whatever has happened to you, you haven't allowed it to turn you into a bitter person. You still are very happy. You're still, I mean, I think it does come from the fact that, you know, you have done some significant work in order to heal. And the other thing is that you've got divine protection. You've got angels like literally all around you. Now, here's the other thing. These people and I actually love this, because what's going on in the background is part of the reason why these people are kind of freaked out, because you know, the stuff that's in the background, it can't be seen. It's not seen by the other people. Sometimes it's not even seen, you know, it's not even seen by the collector. We don't see it. We just, you know, we experience it. But I also feel like the energy that people have been sending to you, they've been trying to block your pathway, or it's like to create certain situations that where you repeatedly find yourself kind of out of balance, disappointed. I do have an energy out here of someone trying to, and not just be out of balance, they wanted to put you in a position where you were at financial lack, like where it would block your, now this one part, this isn't for everybody, but if you happen to be a spiritualist, and you have a platform, or you know, you take clients or whatever, I do have the energy of somebody out here trying to kind of create a dynamic energetically. I don't really know, because I don't have as many cards out here, but it kind of feels like an energetic influence to stop you from being able to earn whatever that means for you. You know, to prevent you from working, or to prevent you from earning money. Okay, they wanted you to be out of balance. So remember, we talked about this a few months ago. I was like, I couldn't figure out what the correlation was between like your mental health and like the rest of your life. Like, But I feel like now I'm seeing it here. It's like somebody because if you're out of balance, obviously, if you're a spiritualist, if you're out of balance, you won't be able to work because we can't do what we're doing unless we're grounded, right? And I think these people are really concerned because it's evident to them that they can't, it's like they haven't been able to stop you. Like whatever you're doing, they haven't been able to stop you. You've overcome any of the brokenness because you've got angels surrounding you, uplifting you, protecting you, kind of like harnessing you. It's interesting because the way that I'm seeing it, just like how I did my hands like this is kind of the way that I see it. It's like you're in their hand, like they have hands around you, not just protecting you, but protecting what you've created. Especially if you're in this energy now we're starting to actualize these other abundant areas in our lives. Now, when I say abundance, I'm not always talking money, but I'm talking about all areas. Like they have you in this little, like, because they're holding you. And interestingly enough, whenever there has been blockages for you, you seem also to have the ability to kind of think outside of the box. Like when there's something blocking a pathway. I remember talking about this earlier in the year where, and even though I haven't finished pulling cards, like when the adjacent possibilities, and I'm pretty sure it's going to come out, it's kind of like every single time somebody tried to throw a roadblock in front of you, you've somehow managed to like outthink the problem. So you get a problem, you come up with a solution. You're like, how do we move around this obstacle, whatever, right? And even when you didn't have the resources, that you may have needed at the time, you were still able to move around it, right? I also have the energy, if you're out here speaking, I definitely have an energy of someone not wanting you to speak. Because the more you talk, the more you heal. Some of you, like myself, find it healing to speak about the experiences. I speak about the experiences because I want other people to know that I've been there. I know. Like I know. I've been there. But there is an energy out here of somebody who is, especially if you're really doing good things, you're very stable, your home life is very stable, you're very happy, if you're partnered, your relationship is solid, if you got kids, your relationship with your kids is good. Like you got somebody here who's like really losing their shit because they keep trying to keep you in this energy of being sad and broken and discombobulated and all, they want you to be scared and, they want you to be all out of balance. They want you to make panic decisions, because when you make decisions in haste out of panic, child, that will turn out disastrous. They wanted you to be stuck in that energy and you're not. Now, the other thing is too, if you are in a space of being like really, like if you're finally in a space of being comfortable, financially, especially, and I'm not saying like you're balling out of control, but you have what you need. Your needs are being met, right? You also have the energy out here, somebody who's really pissy because they may not necessarily be in the same financial position that you are, and they look at you as being selfish. Now, I know there was a little caveat in part of the reading yesterday where I was like, there was somebody who was like, if you are, you're in a financially stable place and somebody feeling entitled to having access to what you have built and created for yourself, Like you bust your ass to get what you have, and the person that had their hand out hadn't done anything. So it's like, what makes you think that you have the right to even fix your mouth to ask for help when you can't even help yourself? So I kind of see that out here too. All right. Let's keep going. Hey, I like this energy. It's kind of weird because I'm like, it's part of the fears and concerns, but I'm like, who? I'm like trying to figure out like which side is this on? Because I feel like you're not really worried about. I don't feel like this is a worry, not for you at least. I can't believe that you're worried about somebody finding your value or seeing you as valuable. Like, I don't think you're worried about somebody seeing you as a valuable component to their lives, but maybe that may be true for the other side. Okay. Or maybe the concern is about money. They're worried about money, or they're worried about having access to resources. But part of what is blocking part of the blockage. Oh, so maybe somebody needs to heal like a money wound, because part of the blockage is somebody is unhappy, maybe about their financial status, but they actually have the ability to fix that, and maybe they just are choosing not to. Okay. Ooh. I said, what needs, I'm in my mind, I was like, what needs to be released? And walking away card, the walking away card came out. I'm like, ooh. They got to walk away from whatever this plan is. Okay. Because remember I said, like, if you are in a space of financial stability, like you're good, you're solid, right? You're solid. But there is somebody here in your energy that is not. That is not. And whatever their plan had been, remember, they came up against you or threw something at you and it got blocked immediately. Like, immediately. Archangel Michael does not play. It got blocked immediately. And here, it's kind of like, whatever their plan, they're not happy with the outcome of this plan. Remember here, nothing that they've done against you has been successful. Nothing. And it's being illuminated. Nothing. I don't want to say, because saying stuff like, you're untouchable, it's almost like too good to be true. I'm not saying that. But I'm like, they just don't know. They just don't know your spiritual ranking. You got a squad. You got a squad. And while the angels don't necessarily look as beautiful as they look on these cards in real life. Have you seen pictures of angels, like what they really look like? While they don't look as beautiful as they appear on these cards, you got a goon squad behind you. So if people are trying to come up against you, trying to interrupt your flow of income, trying to, create dynamics where you're unsettled and whatever to prevent you from being able to function and work or whatever, they got to walk away from this little plan that they had. They got to walk away from the plan. Because their plan keeps failing. Okay, now this part is not going to be for everybody. But I think this is really crazy. So I don't really know what this is. But part of the lesson is because, okay, before I go into this, the cards on my far right column, this whole section down here, for me sometimes is like a completely separate like reading entity of its own, right? So the way that I'm looking at this is that somebody took some really, like, they took some bold ass steps. There was no hesitation, there was no fear. If you're partnered, and you don't even have to be partnered, because this is, for me, this is a counterpart. All of this, if you are partnered with somebody, I'm going to tell this in a couple different ways because I do see it. If you're partnered, this energy almost feels like somebody, the plan was to, like, not so much, I'm like, not, it ain't so much about going after your man. It's not so much about going after your man, but it's more about, it's something about the man and the resources, the money, okay? Something about this man and the money. I see a couple of things. I see an energy of somebody wanting, like, if you are partnered, it's almost like an energy to make your partner, it's like to make them look at you differently and have them walk away from you. Like that's one element, right? But that was part of the plan. It's like they want the partner to look at you differently, to look at you like you're only there for the money. This is such a weird ass energy. It's like they wanted to affect, this part ain't for everybody, but I feel like they also wanted to affect like your sexual energy as well. Like, to, like, for him not to, I don't know, it's like not be attracted to you and to walk away. It's something about money and attraction, to not view you in a certain kind of light so that he would withdraw his affection and love and then walk away from you. But I said, like, whatever, everything that they've done, none of it's working. It's literally not working. Interesting. Wow. And the person, okay, so here's the thing. This is the reason why they can't seem to affect, if you are partnered, this is solely for people, this part is solely for people who are partnered. They are being blocked from trying to affect your relationship because your partner is like, I don't know, they're looking at this man like, I don't know, I heard like he's an ATM. So maybe he's the breadwinner. I don't know. Like, that part ain't for everybody. But it's kind of like they're looking at him because he's got resources, right? But the thing is that he does truly value everything, including his relationship. And the relationship between you is based on unconditional and non-judgmental love. He has an appreciation for you. He has love for you. So it feels like whatever they have attempted to do, they've been blocked from being able to kind of come in and interrupt whatever pathway or journey that you're, especially like this is about like you going into a new cycle. So we've been talking about this. So if you're partnered, and it doesn't matter, even if you're not partnered, and this is more about you being like kind of at one with yourself, and where you're balancing the masculine and feminine energy of being receptive and the act of doing and taking charge of your life or whatever. But in this energy, it feels very much like the purpose, or like kind of like the plan here. Honestly, it doesn't feel like if they were trying to like break up a relationship, it stemmed from them wanting to have this masculine really look at you. They wanted the masculine to look at you differently. But because he has unconditional love for you, and he values and appreciates your presence in his life, like they're like this plot, whatever they were trying to do, like they can't, like it's not going anywhere. Okay. Actually, no, we'll do that last. Let's do these. Uh-oh. Yeah, so they've been stopped. They've been stopped. And somebody here may be alone or feeling isolated. Or maybe that was the plan. They wanted you to be alone and feel isolated. Especially if like that, if it was meant for your partner to walk away from you or something. Yeah. And the thing is that they never, I feel like whoever this is, they never actually thought that they would lose. I think there's a lot of arrogance here. It almost feels like, divine timing. So maybe it's, I heard small wins, small gains. So maybe initially there were like some small minor gains on their part. Like, and I've said it before, like even if somebody was energetically trying to influence your life, or, they've doing things in the background to kind of like slow you down or get people to stop, dealing with you or whatever. Karma's a long game, so it may not come swinging back immediately, but it does come swinging back. And this person never actually thought that that was going to come to pass. Like, it's almost feeling like somebody thought that they were getting away with something. Okay. It's something in the past, and it is, so I think whoever these, remember when I said it's a long game, and the pendulum does swing both ways. So whatever these people came together, they're nervous because I feel like they've been doing work on you for a long time. Because, and the people involved are all connected to your past. They're connected to your past. So this may have been an ongoing thing. They could have been trying to undermine you for a while now. Oh yeah. So when it comes rolling back around, oh, it's gonna come and get them. Oh wow. Yeah, it didn't change you. It didn't change you. Whatever heartbreak that you experienced, it didn't change you. It didn't turn you into some like hostile, bitter tyrant. I feel like you just had an understanding that, I mean, I know alignment is it's a word that we throw around a lot, but I mean, it's kind of like you didn't know, you didn't know what you didn't know. You didn't know that this person wasn't, in alignment with you, or supposed to be in alignment with you. You just showed up with all of your, your love and your tenderness and all of that. And maybe your intuition, I'm like, I don't know who these people are, but maybe your intuition is what told you to pull back. Because remember, I said there's people here that like are viewing you as being very selfish, like you, which is kind of crazy, especially if they didn't have a part in like helping you get to where you are. Now that you're in a place, where you are kind of starting to see the fruits of your labor, and you're finally in a very financially stable space for yourself that you created, that they feel entitled to having access to you and your resources. Crazy. I'm like, crazy. Yes, and whatever you built for yourself, let me tell you, you've had to work your ass off for it. And I think the perception is that you just appear to be very blessed, not realizing, because I mean, whatever you're doing, you're probably doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, out of public view, so folks don't really know what you've done or what you've had to endure or what you've had to work through in order to get to where you are. They don't understand like the blood, sweat, and tears that goes into, whatever your thing is. You've had to overcome a whole lot of adversity. But what you have and what you've acquired and what you've built, you worked your ass off for it. Good shit. Yeah, because they don't see, oh my God, these people don't see, they don't know you. I'm like, they don't know you. So it's kind of like if you're doing something, remember I said like there's this blood, sweat, and tears that have gone into whatever you've created for yourself, this cornucopia, this good life, right? And because people don't actually know what you've done or how you did it or how you overcame the obstacles or how you, what you had to push through, they don't see it that way. For them, it's kind of like you just popped out overnight and bam, everything just, this ain't overnight. This ain't overnight. And there may have been a relationship. I'm seeing a couple things. There could have been a relationship with a soulmate. Remember, soulmates aren't always romantic. That you didn't see very clearly initially. Because you didn't know. Like, you didn't know. You didn't see them very clearly either. And this also kind of feels like there's a direct connection to not seeing someone in their true light or seeing them in a way that you idealize them. You're not actually seeing them for who they are, but it's because of that was actually blocking your pathway. Because maybe you were looking at this person, stars and hearts in your eyes because you got love for them, because that's who you are. And because you weren't able to actually see them in the light that they are actually in, it's that love. Remember when I said it yesterday, and I've been saying it, delay not deny. It's like sometimes those blessings that are actually, I'm like right here, sometimes those blessings that are due to come to you are with, I gotta show this to you. Sometimes the blessings, this cornucopia, the blessing that is meant to come to you, it doesn't have the ability to come towards you the right way or to come to you the way that you're supposed to get it. It's because you're not seeing something about this connection. You're not seeing it in its true form. You see it, behind the lens of these rose-colored glasses, which has caused you, honestly, it's caused you to have to work a little bit harder, because depending on whether or not you still have this person in your life or not, it's caused you to have to work a little bit harder to get what's yours, not realizing that if you just eliminate this relationship or whatever, like learn to see them in the true form that they are actually in, then you kind of unlock like the potential of these blessings. Like I feel like you do have a blessing that's just kind of like right on the other side of this thing, but again, you may not be seeing something or receiving it, perceiving it in its proper form. And that has been, I think, part of the problem, part of the blockage for you here. Okay. Oh. Okay, so now I have the energy out here of, it kind of looks like somebody wanting, because the Treasure Island card talks about the law of attraction. So this feels like, this down here feels like the energy of these people working against you, because it feels like somebody has been trying, I said energetically affect you, trying to create this imbalance, especially as it has something to do with like your home life. Trying to create drama, like this imbalance here and this building blocks in the reverse. See, that's the thing, and that's why somebody here is really upset, because they've been trying to energetically affect your home life. Remember when I said over here, we're talking about divine feminine. So it's kind of like, if you are partnered, they wanted your partner to look at you differently so that they would no longer put effort into the relationship, view you as a liability, not an asset, and then withhold their, their affection and their love from you, right? Here, this is in the background, okay? So these are the things that we cannot see. Which is the reason why I'm like really happy that this is up here in the foreground, because this is the energy in the environment. So what they're trying to do is create a bunch of imbalance for you, especially as it revolves around your money and your resources or whatever. It's almost like to create drama in your house over money. It's weird. It's like to create drama in your home, within your family dynamic, having to do something with money. But what they can see in the environment is that has not, like, you don't actually have whatever this energy, like I said, the plan failed anyway, but what they are trying to manifest in your life is not actually happening, and they can see that. And again, back down here, coming to the near future, this is the reason why these people are worried, because they know if I put it out, it's gonna come back. It's not hitting you, because Archangel Michael is right here. It's not hitting you. You have divine protection. So if it's not hitting you, it's got to go somewhere. It's got to go somewhere. And you, your family, your life, you're on the like you're like right there. You're right there. They're trying to affect this new cycle. They are trying to affect this new cycle. And your angels are kind of like, they're just like, you're in their hand. They got you in their hand. It's crazy. Like, somebody definitely knows that you got something good coming in, and they are trying to fight very, very hard to prevent you from having it. I wish people spent more time focusing on their own lives. Like, why are you so worried about other people and what they got going on? Focus on your own life. Worry about yourself. Like that little girl said, worry about yourself. Worry about yourself. Yeah, So now they're worried about, like, this is almost obsessive worry. Somebody's like really worrying about, it's something about money. It has something to do with money. And they're worried about it. And it's kind of like somebody questioning, like, why did I even go through all of this? Like, why did I even go? Why am I even going through all of this? Should have thought about that before you executed this plan. Listen, this person, somebody here who just refuses to do like any kind of healing work for themselves. This person is very disconnected. Whoever we're talking about, whether it's one person or a few people, I got somebody here who's very disconnected from themselves spiritually. Very, very disconnected. And so part of what's blocking them is the fact that they're pursuing something that's not in alignment with their own destiny. It's like they trying to interrupt your flow. They're trying to interrupt your destiny, your path, where you're going. It's definitely just giving somebody with like total evil eye on your shit. Whatever that is, whatever it is. It definitely gives me a bunch of somebodies projecting evil eye towards you, your business, if you're an entrepreneur or a business owner, if you're a content creator, like trying to shut you down so that people don't see your stuff. Because honestly, there's somebody here who doesn't want you to speak. They don't want you to speak. And it kind of feels like they have been doing, I don't know, this person doesn't feel too bright, but it almost feels like somebody trying to do things to prevent doors from opening to you. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, they plan the plan that they thought that they were enacting, and when they realize now that it's not working, they gotta just let this go. Yeah, that's the problem. This is something that they do. When Round and Round comes out, I don't care where it is on the board, Round and Round talks about repeating certain lessons and cycles over and over again. And when it's in the upright, it just means this person, and even when it comes up for you, it means you haven't learned the lesson, that you continuously repeat this same cycle. So it doesn't matter the nature of the relationship or whatever this is. This is somebody who repetitively, this person doesn't know how to like stand down, leave well enough alone. They don't know how to do that. And really, I feel like the divine is trying to challenge somebody. Just walk away. You don't want this fight. You need to walk away. And then the other thing is, part of the lesson here, they're not ready. It's kind of like they're not really ready to address the issue. They don't want to have to, because that would mean that they need to come in and actually like, make amends, apologize, or you just acknowledge whatever they've done. And it's kind of like, this person, I don't know who this is for you. I don't know who this is for you. Okay, because like I said, there's a group of people, so I don't know who it is. But if it is connected to a family experience, if this is connected to your family, it's real interesting, because I feel like whoever this is, they want you to do things the way that they want you to do them, but they're not ready to clean up their own shit. They just want you to fall in line and like shut up and get in. They just want you to be quiet and they don't want you talking, but they want you to just shut up and conform to and follow suit. Do what they want you to do. So this person's biggest problem is that they don't know how to just let things be. They got deep feelings about it, but they want you to be as invested in the way that they want you to be invested in the way that they feel. That's what it is, really. They want you and everybody else to follow suit with this person, even if it goes against what your soul is calling you to do. I don't know who this is, but they crazy. Like, I don't know who this is, but they crazy. Crazy as hell. Yeah. And the advice here is that I kind of feel like if you were looking at this from a really healthy perspective, you know that if you reconcile with this group of people, whether it's family or whatever, that being in connection with them is just going to cause you a lot of disharmony and unhappiness. So I probably would I'll probably think really long and hard about whether or not you wanted to engage in this before you actually do. Okay. But just know that your spirit team, your angels, they got you covered. You're good. You're good. Okay. All right. Let's clear these back. I'm going to do one pass, with the tarot. We'll do another pass. This was a solid read. Okay. Let's clear all these back. Everybody get all your Christmas shopping done? I'm done. I ain't spending no more money. Not even for myself. Alright. Let's play with this new deck and see what we have in store. We'll do a box spread. Oh my god. I'm like, oh my god. Somebody is very heartbroken. I kind of get the impression that you got somebody that's like latched into your energy. They don't think that it's fair that you, like, maybe you listen to your intuition and started, kind of leaning more into leaning more into the people who are loyal to you, like people that have proven over and over again that they're part of your camp. Like, those are the people that you gravitate towards. Like, so you listen to your intuition. Somebody feels like it's unfair that you've made this choice to kind of stand your ground and, you stepped into your own authority. You're making decisions, but they're mostly based around loyalty. And this person, they're really wanting you. It's kind of like they're upset that, like, I don't know who you were before you went through your transformation, your awakening, and your healing journey. Like, I don't know who you were back then, but it almost feels like whoever we're talking about, they're really upset that you've changed. Like, you've evolved and you're a whole different person. And so you're not attached to the identity of who you were because you've kind of moved on from that. And somebody is really upset that you have moved on from that. And I just feel like there's somebody here who just wants to stay attached to you. Okay. Yeah, you're like a whole different person. You're a whole different person. Okay. Now, this particular deck has two cards that are not a part of the traditional tarot. And incidentally, both of them came out at the same time. One in the upright and one in the reverse. Okay. Wow. So you have people. Okay. Now, number one, I do have somebody who dabbles in some dark arts type shit, right? And I do believe that they had other people that were either assisting them or were, participating with them, right? Okay, so somebody thinks it's unfair that it's kind of like maybe you left them behind, or they feel left behind because, you've evolved and you're like a different version. But again, I've said it before, we all got the same 24 hours in the day. We got, people pick and choose what they want to do. And somebody here is really, they've been using smoke and mirrors. You are the intuitive one. So remember, I said there was a family component in this, and if this is somebody that's connected to you by family, like by blood or something. So you have somebody in the family who may have tried to come off as, somebody well respected and somebody who is in the know, right? And I do believe that they've also used kind of like a smoke and mirrors type maneuver on the other people because it clouded their judgment. Yes. So it clouded their judgment. It clouded their judgment on, like who they should be aligned with. Okay. But in actuality, I think part of the reason why this person is really upset and heartbroken is the fact that if you are intuitive, people respect that. Like, I don't know how you exercise that intuition or how other people are aware of it, but here I can see that you're very respected for what you know. You know a lot. Like, you know way more than what people let on. You know a lot though. And you've listened to your intuition, and your intuition has like led you away from certain things that were meant to tie you down. And down here, maybe these people, because I'm like, these are the people, but this isn't an upright. So this tells me it's kind of like the people that they may have worked with, like people that worked with them before. They're looking at you differently since you've parted ways. I also feel like these people that were working with this, whoever we're talking about, this false prophet, false teacher, whoever was working with them, I do believe that this false prophet, I believe that they have been doing some type of juju or influencing these other people. Their influence energetically. Okay, now if I look at it this way, just these 6 cards here gives me the energy of somebody who may have been doing juju. I'm kind of getting there's an energy here of an older woman. This could be a matriarch. It's kind of coming across as kitchen witch. So if you got somebody in your midst who likes to play in the kitchen, I probably wouldn't eat their food. Just saying. Like, just saying. But I do believe that this woman has been doing things to influence other people, not just you. I think the influence kind of spans out, but I feel like it was meant again to make people perceive you in a different light than what you are actually in. And this person is a bully. They're a bully. they use words to influence people. And they come across as somebody who's, in the know, respectable. They could be older. But they try to come across as somebody who is all-knowing, but they don't make really good decisions. And so if their feelings are hurt and they're heartbroken, I think it's mostly because they didn't broke their own damn heart. And if this is somebody like a mother figure, she's more butthurt that the fact that you actually have the gift of intuition and she has to smoke and mirrors people to get them to follow along with her. And so I also believe that the people that were working with her initially, they've all started to part ways from her as well. And if she had, and that's the other thing, if she had other people rallying with her at one point against you, these people are now all in support of whatever it is that you do. However you show up, you do have people, like kind of like a little silent cheerleading squad in the background, because I don't think these people are like actually in your face. Or you may actually have, like, because I said this energy has been trying to like kind of affect all the things and areas around you, how you're perceived, how people view you, how people receive you as an energetic being. And you actually have, like, maybe this is you walking away from them, but you actually walk away from like this toxicity and shit, walking directly into, a circle of supportive people. But you do have people, and this could be your ancestors, this could literally be an actual, group of people, but you do have support around you. Whether you can see it or not, you do. Look at that. I said it. They're kind of, whoever this is, there's practitioner energy out here. There's practitioner energy out here. They're upset that you walked away. Like, you listen to your intuition. They're upset that you got like a clear channel to spirit. And they're heartbroken because you're stable. It's something I said. Remember in the last spread, I was like, it's something about them wanting you to be unstable. They wanted you to either be viewed as unstable or they wanted you to actually be unstable. Not just you, but you and your relationship, your household, your home. And then this energy definitely feels like you have the ability to see things from a different perspective. But not only that, you're very grounded. Like, you're really fluid. You're very, I don't know what, this person's been telling all kind of lies about you. And then they come across like this person, definitely this right here, feels like somebody who tries to pass themselves off as some type of like spiritual guru or some shit. And they don't know anything. They lead people down the wrong path with lies and confusion and spell work. I said their plan didn't work. Their plan didn't work. Reap what you sow. I said, if they were trying to come up against you, the pendulum got to swing back the other way because it's unsuccessful. And I feel like that's the other thing. It's like something in your heartbreak. It's like you turn that pain into power. And I think that this person, whatever this is, they never actually expected you to do all of that. But in order for you to do it, you had to listen to your intuition and then move away from it. You had to be able to see through the fog, and your intuition allowed you to see the difference between the people who are in your life that are genuinely loyal to you versus the people who are in your life that just hanging on, hanging out. You know what I mean? And you listen to your intuition based on your experience with other people. You stay grounded. And then you got somebody here that's like telling, and it's funny because you got somebody here telling lies about you, but what can be seen visually is that you're fine. So if somebody here was trying to like shred your character, they can't. They can't. What did I say yesterday? I'm like, you're like a ball of love. You're like a ball of love. And despite what you've been through, you're not scared to love again. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, sometimes people will go through some really gnarly shit and they'll close off and they'll be, you go two extremes. You could be really angry, or you could be completely shut down and you're like, no, I'm never gonna do that again, right? But you allowed these, whatever happened to you, whatever heartbreak you had to endure. I mean, and it feels gut wrenching. I feel like in that time, in these gut wrenching moments, you surrendered to God and you just said, you know what? I don't know what I did to deserve this, like what this feeling that I'm feeling. I don't know what I did to deserve this, but if I need to, God, take it away. Like, just like, and I know for myself, like, I literally did that when things were like just at my lowest emotional space, when I realized I didn't know what the hell was going on with my life. I just knew I was deeply, deeply unhappy. And I'm not a religious woman at all. But in that moment of feeling very, very low and feeling like whatever I perceived God as being, I did feel alone and abandoned at one point. And I was just like, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. And if this is real and you are real, then show me what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, point me in the direction that I need to be in. And I just let everything else fall away. And I opened up myself in a way where I was just like, just take it away. Whatever it is. Whatever needs to go, let it go. Let it go away. I don't even care. And you didn't fight it. You surrendered and you just allowed God to kind of pour, all of his healing and loving energy into you so that you could bounce back and not embrace the lies that you may have, the things that have, like, the negative self-talk. And like I'm getting some energy of that too. The negative self-talk, the projection energy that people have been throwing at you. You just let it all go until you were able to find your feet again. And now you have a different perception of what stability actually looks like. The stability isn't always going to be found in those familiar places with those familiar people. But there definitely is energy here of someone trying to negatively influence or manipulate by way of lies about who you are, when people don't really know shit about you. You are viewed as a leader, and in comparison to this other person, like, if this is other people looking at you, because I think this is somebody who can kind of clearly see, it's like standing in the corner of a room and being able to see everybody that's in the room, and like, you're over there and they're over there, and you got people who are like looking out and they can see the stark contrast between the two of you. And the reason why is because you put some distance between you. When you put distance between you, that's when the evidence is clear, because people can actually see. Like, you lead in a way where You ain't gotta lie. You don't have to lie to people. Literally. You don't have to lie to people to get them to listen. Your approach is very supportive. And you actually have people connected to you. It's interesting. You have people that are connected to you. Now, it's funny because I've never looked at this card this way, but I'm like, you have people who are interested in following you or supporting you because you march to the beat of your own drum. Like, you don't care about other people's judgments. You don't care about people lying or spreading rumors or gossiping about you or whatever. You don't care about any of that. You still just do you. You still just do you. Remember when I said those people that was all working together, like they're looking. Yes, I said, see in the corner. I didn't have the card out here yet, but now it's here. Like these people here are now looking at what they've done together, what they came together to do. People connected to your past. People that you may have at one point had unconditional love for. Now, I want to say, I feel like these people may want to approach you. Because again, I said, they're over here. They're in support of whatever you do. Because they see that they've been led in some crazy ass direction. And what they can see is, you are the real deal. If you're a spiritualist, and it's interesting because this isn't one of the new decks that I have. There's a lot of tarot reference in these cards. And you don't normally see that in tarot cards. But whoever created this deck, don't ask me what it is, because I looked for the name of it on the box and I didn't see it. It feels like somebody who just wanted to be in your energy. You have somebody playing in your energy. And it kind of comes off as like a knockoff. It's like doppelganger, knockoff, copycat shit. Yeah. Like, you operate from a place of love. You operate from a place of love, but not just general love, like love of self. Like you know, love is the highest vibration of all, and you show yourself in a way where you are still, you still show up with love in your heart despite everything that you've been through. These people are looking, yes. So these people now that may have worked with this person originally, whoever this false person is, these people came together to work with them. But now these people are finding out the truth about you, about who you are and how you get down. They can see it, and now they're in full support of whatever. They're all in support of what you do. They're all in support of you. Because they're recognizing that this person they're not living in the way that they think they are. This person's an idiot. Okay. Yeah, they feel left out in the cold. They feel left out in the cold. They're heartbroken. I said they don't think it's fair. Like, you moved on to another aspect of your life and they feel like you left them behind. But the thing is, like I said, we all got the same 24 hours. This is somebody who's not invested in like getting their own life together. They just want a piece of yours. Go get your own shit. Fall in love with yourself and operate from that space. Get your own. But walking around here trying to pretend like you're the collective, trying to pretend to be something that you're not, telling people that you know things that you don't actually know, trying to manipulate them with smoke and mirrors, when in actuality, everybody can see, especially, I don't know who this person is to you, but everybody can see exactly why you walked away. They all see why you walked away. And if you are partnered, there is somebody who has been obsessed with trying to figure out ways to bring your relationship down. And they can't. They can't. Because you're solid. So the karmic effect of that is that they were trying to like, they came together to like stop all these other things and break down your relationships. Baby, they spend so much time trying to break, they spend so much time obsessing over your relationship. All of the relationships that they're involved in are all starting to fall by the wayside. Because now people are starting to really take a second look at this. Why are you so hell bent going after the collective? What's wrong with you? There is definitely somebody here either paying somebody to get tarot readings, wanting to know about what's going on in your life. And I'm telling you, people respect you. People look at you as the true leader. You may have an online platform. You may be an online tarot reader. I love these cards. I'm getting so much energy off of these. You may be an online reader. You may get a lot of public attention for the knowledge that you're spitting. And if you're a reader, you're seasoned. This part, I'm specifically talking to somebody who's seasoned. If this is somebody that you're connected to, I don't necessarily have a parental role, this could be somebody you're related to in some kind of way. This feels like somebody who thinks it's unfair that you were blessed with a gift that they do not have. Yes. That you are blessed with a gift that they don't have. And that you are everything that you say they are, and not anything of what they say you are. Does that make sense? I'm like, did that make sense? What time is it? Yep. I love this. Oh my God. See, here's this is crazy. So initially, yep, now they feeling some kind of way. Look at that. All they did was go up against themselves. Okay. So okay. So, you know how I've talked about in the past, like, whoever this is, like, if this is this could be anybody in your family, because I do have that element out here. It's kind of like somebody who may have manifested, like, they wanted somebody who would love them unconditionally, and, all these things, right? And then God sent you, and they were like, no, not that. Right? It kind of feels like they are discovering now that it's almost like hindsight being 2020. Oh, I love this. It's like kind of like hindsight being 2020. It's like, God presented you as the person to help them to help heal their brokenness. And instead they pushed you away because they didn't actually believe that, you know, you would have any, I don't know, they didn't actually see the value. They didn't see your value in their life at all at the time, right? But what's clear is that you've made certain, and it is, I do have a mothering energy. You've made decisions, difficult decisions, knowing, it's kind of like knowing full well what you were dealing with. Because right here, it kind of feels like somebody making a decision between, you know, a healthy, committed relationship, whatever that relationship, I'm not necessarily saying like romantic or marriage or anything like that, but you choosing like loyalty and commitment, and whether it's commitment to self or commitment to another, you chose that over being connected to somebody who doesn't actually have a nurturing bone in their body. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, what people are seeing here, the people that initially rallied around this person, what they can actually see is you're not the person that this feminine energy made you out to be, and that you made choices that were in alignment with you, what you wanted. Remember what I said before, like before I pulled these cards out, like whatever that person wanted, they wanted what they wanted. They wanted you to comply with and move the way that they wanted you to move. They would have loved nothing else if you just turned your whole life over to them and let them rule it. You know what I mean? And here you made a really, you know, difficult but conscious decision to kind of listen to your intuition. You know, God started tapping you on the shoulder and you're like, okay, wait, I got to pay attention to that, right? And then, like I said, you got this person here who's just like, they're like, I'm kind of getting this imagery in my head of like somebody like stomping their feet and pouting, like, you know, it's not fair. You know, that's kind of what it is. Like, they don't think that it's fair that you have this gift of intuition and knowledge and people. And I think, while people view you as a leader, I don't get the impression that you're trying to be a leader. Your presence just, you know, kind of emits all of that. And so people feel inclined to like really listen to your testimony. They feel inclined to listen to the testimony. And so because of that, now it's like when you share your stories and you share your experience, people can't manipulate the truth because the truth never changes. A lie will change every single time you tell it, but the truth does not change. And you speak your truth, and your truth never changes. Your story never changes. People are taking notice to the fact that the story doesn't change. And if the story doesn't change, well, maybe the story that the collective is saying is the actual story, and this is actually how it went down. And so this person is like, you know, there ain't no competition, child. They competing with themselves. For what? They want to be seen as some kind of leader. They want to be seen as some type of an authority. They want to be seen as a leader, and that's the reason why they wanted people to rally around them. But like maybe people see you, like maybe you have an advantage because people can actually see you online. However they stumble upon you, they can see it. Okay. Yeah, so you definitely have somebody here who's been trying to stop you. Yeah, they've been trying to stop you. And you know what it is? It's their hurt feelings. It's somebody's hurt feelings. Because they think it's unfair. So because you made a decision to walk away from, listen to your intuition and walk away, they have been out here trying to attack you and create endings and blockages in your life. They've been doing it repeatedly. But here's the kicker part. Even though they've been doing it over and over again, you've been protected the entire time. That's the reason why all of their efforts have been unsuccessful. Yeah. You've been protected, and whoever this person is, and if they have been going to a practitioner, it's either going right. It's like they don't want, I said it, they want you to do what they want you to do. They want you to do what they want you to do. They don't want you to do what you want to do. You could be an artist. You could be an artist. You could be a writer. I'm definitely getting a creative energy out here. You could be an artist or a writer or both. Yeah, for every single time that they try to create some type of roadblock for you, you just pivoted and went on towards a different direction. You don't have a problem with like learning new experiences. Like, so for you, if you got if something like got in front of you and became like some type of an obstacle, you would dig deep down and figure out a way around it. But when you do that, you're also learning things along the way. You're learning other methods of how to accomplish the goal. You always stay open to these new experiences. So even if you do get delayed, you're like, yeah, you might get disappointed, but you're very resilient and perseverant. So it doesn't, every single time you had some type of an obstacle, it didn't prevent you from still pursuing the goal. You just found a new way to do it. Especially if it required you to like think outside of the box. You just look for a new way to do it. Look for a new way to get it done. Look, when I say somebody here has been trying to block you and stop your progress, they wanted to create some type, yeah, and that there may be some information or other people, like this is either people seeing you, and that was the other thing too, you weren't afraid to keep trying. So every time you seem to get like some type of roadblock or whatever, and honestly, whoever this person is that wants to be, wants to appear as like all knowing and everything, they're doing it totally for the wrong reasons. They do it for the appearance of. They do it because they think it, like, I don't know, like if you're a spiritualist, I'm specifically talking right now to somebody who may be a spiritualist, because I know I have readers here. It's kind of like, and I said, this person don't know shit. So if you got like a doppelganger, copycat, whatever over here, if they've been trying to do things behind the scenes, it's almost like, they, like if you are seeing any level of success in any kind of way, they're trying to prevent you from actually reaching a certain pinnacle, but at the same time, they're also not actually putting in the work to like learn the craft or know what it is that know how to do what they're doing. They're doing it for the look of it. That's crazy. Like, that's crazy. And then they're disappointed in the results because whatever you do, you actually have some kind of passion for it, right? And so this person is definitely lamenting over the fact that, now they're recognizing they don't really have the kind of protection that they thought they did. I do have the energy of somebody who may want to approach and they want you to let your guards down. Because somebody is really deeply emotional and sad. But I think they're more sad about the fact that their plans have all backfired. And even if you have somebody coming towards you, even if they wanted to pitch like a new cycle or trying to kumbaya with you, you're dealing with somebody here who's emotionally manipulative. So I will probably bypass that. I would bypass it. Because all this up here definitely feels like if somebody was to come towards you with some type of offer, definitely a distraction. It would prevent you from actually getting where you're trying to go. So I wouldn't entertain it. Yeah, don't entertain it. If somebody really upset, and I kind of feel like too, they can't even hide it anymore. If they're sad about being like there's distance between you, I don't even think that there's, honestly, I don't, it doesn't feel like they're sad about the brokenness of the connection. I feel like they're sad because you're getting some type of positive attention. I don't think that they're sad about, I'm like, it doesn't feel like there's, I mean, it's just a, I don't know. They're not heartbroken by the fact that you walked away per se. I'm like, is this some clout chasing type of shit? Because that's kind of what it feels like. It feels a little bit like some clout chasing shit. But I'm also getting that they're unhappy because people, and I don't like, they maybe they can't, they're not getting any new opportunities because people can actually see who they are. This is a transactional individual and folks can see it. Where you, on the other hand, are very, you're not that way. You're very generous. Not generous to the degree of where you're giving away the farm, You come across as far, we'll put it this way, you come across as far more transparent than this person is. And it's interesting because even though you are very transparent, you still come across as a mystery, a little bit of mystery. There's mysterious energy around you. And I think it comes from the fact that people, like I said, they don't understand what you've been through and how you were able to heal from it and through it and still kind of show up in this confident energy. People really respect that. People really, really respect it. And the fact that you didn't allow it to turn you into like bitterina, you know what I mean? That's also saying a lot too. Yeah, they never expected. It's kind of like they're upset because they never actually expected you to, number one, they never expected you to walk away. They never expected to see this element of glow up in you. Yeah. They never expect. So I don't know. I don't necessarily have the cards out here in this particular spread of like being down bad. But if you had at one point been down bad, like they never expected your bounce back. This is your comeback story. They never expected it. And it all started with you listening to your intuition and allowing it to kind of move you out and away from whatever you were connected to. Congratulations. They never saw it coming. They never saw it coming. And so now you do have somebody here that's a little bit disappointed. It's masculine energy, but again, women can also be in masculine energy, so it could be either or. But this person never expected you to walk away and make a different choice. And they're disappointed. I feel like there's somebody out here who's disappointed in themselves that maybe they withheld some things. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. See, I said in the last spread, I was like, they don't want you speaking. I normally wouldn't look at this card as such, but I'm looking at the imagery and not necessarily the title of the card. Baby, they don't want you speaking. You have people's attention. You're not afraid. You are not afraid. You are not afraid to speak on your emotional experiences that may have broken you in the past. You are not gatekeeping. You are not telling lies. You are not keeping secrets. And you're not keeping other people's secrets. Because I also believe that, you know what, for the most part, a lot of us have been keeping other people's secrets for a really long time. While they've been defaming us and spreading lies and gossip and rumors about us, we've not said a word. A lot of people have not said a word. And like, I tell little aspects of my stories. I mean, I'm not stupid. I know what I'm doing. And I only really tell it if I see it in the cards. If I see it in the cards, I might share a little bit of what, you know, of how I relate to what I'm seeing. And if you're gaining any kind of success, oh, you got somebody here who is completely restless and beside themselves because you out here speaking your truth. You're doing it confidently. You're very balanced. You may have, you may split your, I heard split your time, like between responsibilities. Like maybe you have a family. Like this is definitely about like you balance your family and career very well. That's also something here too because they don't understand. And I feel like with the way that you do it, you're balancing all of that. It can be seen. I'm not sure. I mean, like I said, you could be on a public platform. I don't know how they're seeing it, but people can see you have like a lot of irons in the fire. You do a lot. You do a lot. But you've also created a life for yourself where you're very stable and you got something to show for it. And then you got somebody here who's absolutely feeling a sense of entitlement because you have it. They want a piece of it. There's somebody out here that's been spreading lies and gossiping. I said there's somebody who thinks they know it all. They don't know nothing. They don't know shit. And they just out here running their mouth. This is like somebody trying to save face after the fact. Yes. And I think this is karma for them because they're running their mouth and they're out here trying to create all this havoc for you or whatever. And now they're getting hit with a bunch of, you know, unfortunate circumstances. But it's a byproduct of all the energy. I said it's when the pendulum swings both ways. For all that nasty ass energy that they were sending out to you and trying to create havoc in your life, it's swinging back and it's hitting this person. It's hitting this person. And I want to say too, here's the thing. The other people, and while it's not necessarily presenting itself like overtly, like loudly, but I can see where the other people have also been loosely affected by whatever their participation was. People have been affected. So it's like you turned around and listened to this fool and she got you doing all kind of crazy shit. And then all of a sudden you just start recognizing something's going on in their life. And then you start seeing things happening in your own life. I think that's what these people are doing. So they're kind of pulling back because they're like, but I'm going to tell you, even though these people are kind of pulling back and they're cheering for you, this kind of looks like people switching teams. It doesn't absolve the sins of what they participated in. So it doesn't matter if they're like all supportive of you behind the scenes now. They're still getting little glimpses of that karmic repercussion of them participating in the first place. You bought the lie. You participated because of a lie. Now you got to stand 10 toes down in whatever happens. And I actually thought, I'm not connected with my family like that, but I thought I think it is very interesting that of the people that I have cut off, that I know for a fact that all of them have suffered a loss of some kind, whether it was the death of somebody that they really loved, or a loss of a home, or a loss of their job. So that was all the confirmation that I needed. You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe in coincidences. I do believe that it just, I don't know, very uncanny that, I find out about one person passing and then inadvertently hear about other people having passed. And I was like, oh. And they're people that I cut off. Do with that whatever. Whatever. Do with whatever without information. But I know for a fact that the people that I've cut off have all experienced a death of somebody very, very close to them within the course of the last 3 years. They've all suffered from some kind of loss. Severe loss. Hey, play stupid games, you win stupid ass prizes. Just saying. Yep, and you got these people blocked. It's weird because I do feel like there's somebody here who's trying, I don't know if they're trying to do something to like affect your throat chakra or whatever, but they don't want you to shut up. They want you to shut up. They want you to shut up. Okay. Yeah, what did I say? I was like, yeah, now, and now, oh, the tower. Look at that. You done moved away from it, though. You moved away from it. Okay, so there could be somebody here losing their stability or losing their sense, like whatever they've acquired or whatever, they might be losing all of those things because they prematurely jumped in to commit to doing something against you. I kind of get the feeling that somebody wants to come in and apologize. I've talked about this before, like, because this is the first time I've actually seen it, because I don't actually see it anywhere on the board, but it's down here. And I feel like I only got so many cards left. And I'm like, you waited for all this to come out, and now you want to apologize for it? Come on now. It's like now they want to apologize, but they're not going to get another opportunity to rebuild with you. They're not going to get another opportunity to rebuild with you. They had an ample amount of time to try to come in and correct the problem. And they're now at this point, they're just going to they have no choice but to kind of like watch you go off with your life on your own and just be happy without them. There's nothing they can do about it. All right. Let's grab a stack of index cards. Okay, I just looked at the bottom of the deck just for shits and giggles, and I saw Gemini, so a Gemini placement may be significant. Liar, first card out. Return to sender. Someone has been trying to swap karma or destiny with you. Somebody lies on your kids, to them, or about them. There's too much time focusing on things that need to be released. Somebody refuses to change, and that is the truth. Somebody here has been trying to affect your first house of self-image, how you see yourself and how other people see you. We have a wolf in sheep's clothing. Again, Gemini's out here. So Gemini could be significant. Somebody is grieving the loss of you. Somebody is unemployed, losing a job and or business. Somebody exhibits abusive patterns. Somebody purposely misled you in order to keep you confused. Somebody suffering from anxiety. We have a distorted feminine energy out here. A stepsister. You could be a stepsister. Somebody wanted to destroy your life and thought that they could get away with it, but their exposure of sins is being revealed, and you're uninterested or will be uninterested in a new start. You're no longer afraid. Better off without them. Somebody says, I know that you're angry with me. Could be the stepsister. They rejected you in the past. And using children. Something very significant about your children. Third eye chakra. I don't know if they've been trying to affect your intuition as well. These are fated events, so everything that's happening is happening because it's supposed to, exactly the way that it's happening. Somebody here has been trying to affect your root chakra. The energy in your physical body. It controls fear and grounding. They want to keep you fearful. Have a cheating man or woman. God has seen the misdeeds. There's intense attraction or chemistry. There's also a loss of money or resources. Somebody's been using distraction magic, and this is not your fault. Someone's getting instant karma. They misjudged you. We have an older woman out here. Illness is part of their karma. Somebody wanted you to be homeless and or alone. Somebody knows that you know the truth, and a stepmother may be significant. Bottom of the deck, Sagittarius. Indecision is causing delays, or you may be overthinking your options, leading to missed opportunities. Disagreements and misunderstandings in teamwork are slowing progress. It's time to realign strategies and expectations. You may be overlooking others' feelings, leading to emotional distance. Rebuilding emotional connection can help heal a relationship. Open and honest communication builds deep trust in your relationships. Transparency strengthens your connections and prevents misunderstandings. And you have set clear boundaries in your relationships, protecting your emotional space and fostering healthy interactions. We like it. Okay, let's do the dates. Ooh. All right, we have balancing act, relationship improvements, something is coming to an end, chakra balance, weighing options. If you have a question, the answer is yes. We have energy cleansing, alignment, trust. Closure is needed. We have soulmate connection, time to forgive, repeating the past, harvest. Ooh. Deep feelings, it's not personal. Texting you, happy outcome. Busy bee, the time is now. Goodbye. So there may be a cycle that you're closing out with somebody. Closure is needed. Usually, I mean, for me, I kind of feel like you can give yourself closure. We have new homes. Somebody may be moving. Notice the signs. Reflect. Throwing shade. Not hearing you. And speak your truth. So you have somebody here is throwing shade, like throwing rocks and hiding their hands. But continue to speak your truth. Whatever they're doing in terms of them throwing shade or not hearing you, it's not personal. It's them. Okay. Let's look at the synchronicities. I've got 11-11, 24-24, 22-22, 9-9-9, 4-2-4, 11-19 or 23-11. 7-11, 7-11, and 11-7. Okay, let's look at the dates. I've got January the 2nd. Oh, I got a lot of January. Okay, January the 2nd, January the 6th, January the 7th, January the 9th, January the 18th. I have February the 1st, February the 2nd, February the 6th, February the 9th, February the 24th. I don't have any dates in March. I have April the 9th, April the 15th, April the 19th, April the 24th. No dates in May. I have June 2nd, June 6th, June 9th, June 18th, and June 24th. I have several dates in July, so let's go from one side of the board to the other. I have July the 1st and 2nd, July 6th, July 9th, July 11th, July 18th, and 24th. July the 9th, 6th, 9th, 12th, and 19th. No dates in August. I have September the 6th and 7th, September the 11th and 12th, September the 15th, September the 19th, September the 23rd and 24th, and September the 15th, September the 4th, 1st, 2nd, 4th, 22nd, 15th, 24th, September, and September the 18th, if I didn't say that already. October, no dates in October. November the 6th, November the 9th, November the 19th, November the 23rd, 24th, November 18th, November 6th and 7th on this side of the board. December the 6th, 7th, and 9th. Yep, and that's it. Okay. Let's do the dice. Ooh. Okay. Pluto is out here again. Neptune and Uranus. Cancer, Pisces, Gemini. 3rd house, 4th house, 9th house. Okay. Cancer, Gemini, Pisces, 3rd, 4th, 9th, Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune. Alright, I'm going to leave it there, guys. If any parts of this reading resonate for you, gave you clarity or confirmation over your own story, give the video a thumbs up so we can circulate into the algorithm and get in front of the eyes and you see us the most. If you're still here an hour and 45 minutes later, I love you and I appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with me. If you're in the live premiere with me watching this back, I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you for all the likes, shares, subscribes, tips, donations, super thanks. The new bookings, again, if you want to jump in for the last bits of December, better get in where you fit in. And yeah, all right, I think that's it. I got so much stuff to get done today. I'm trying to catch up on my life now that my gig is done. So anywho, and before I go, I wanted to mention this. This is how you show up for people. Like, I show up for my friends. So over the weekend, this is my little play sister. I've known her since she was 13 years old, and now we're like grown-ass women with, you know, children and marriages and whatnot. But she's a recording artist, she's a writer and a visionary and a graphic artist. All of her music is streaming on all music platforms. Light Brown Lyrics, her newest CD is called Butterfly Child. Go check it out. It is really her, and it's her story of transformation. It hits all bunch of different genres, not just strictly R&B. But this entire project is her healing journey of all the things, the losses, the highs and the lows that she's had to go through, because we're all a part of this collective together, and I show up for my people. So even if she's performing 100 miles away, I'm gonna drive to her to go see her, which is what I did over the weekend. I went to go see her perform and to pick up my t-shirts. So that's how you show up for the people that you really fuck with. You actually show up when you say you're gonna show up. All right, and I love and appreciate all of y'all for showing up with me every single day that I record. I love you, and I will see y'all in the next video. Take care.